Back at it again for another weekly video, and yes, I shaved my depression facial hair. You saw in this video, not a good look. Also, last week I was way too heavy on the cursing, so I'm gonna try to have none in this video, because yeah, I went a little overboard in this one. That's right, shameless self-promotion twice already. I have no self-respect. Today we're gonna be talking about a very important philosophy I have. I recognize that I'm not the smartest guy out there. I actually think one of my better qualities is that I recognize one key thing about myself. To quote California philosophers Operation Ivy, all I know is that I don't know nothing. So over the last few years, my philosophy has become educate, don't belittle. We all have blind spots. We all have things we don't know. If you have a chance to teach someone something, do it. I say this because I used to be guilty of this myself. I can remember when I was 14 years old, there was a girl in one of my classes who didn't know that Paris was in France. And on top of that, she didn't know that France was in Europe. So me, being kind of a jerk, I made fun of her for it. And this wasn't the only time I did this. I can vividly remember teasing other students because they didn't know that Stephen Harper was our prime minister at the time. Or I can remember teasing kids who didn't know who Wayne Gretzky or Michael Jordan was. And sure, I usually did this tongue-in-cheek, half-jokingly, but I'm sure I still made some people feel pretty crappy about their lack of knowledge on a certain subject. Meanwhile, this idiot was usually failing math or did fail math a couple times. You know, math, that thing we use in day-to-day life, yeah, it's a little more important than knowing the capital of France. I'm also ashamed to admit how late in life I learned that a rooster is just a male chicken. I spent an embarrassingly large portion of my life thinking they were different animals. I'm not a smart man, Jenai. However, now I can laugh at myself and not be afraid to ask a stupid question, because that's how you learn. And I remember vividly when this epiphany hit me. As I mentioned in this video, I was in a one-year college course with mostly women. More shameless self-promotion. And we used to split off into groups to mark our tests. And we were talking about social figures, I believe, in this one part of the curriculum. And one of the women in the group brought up Martin Luther King Jr. And another woman in the group, who was 21 years old, went, "Who's Martin Luther King Jr.?" Now, 14-year-old me would have been like, "Whoa, you don't know who Martin Luther King Jr. is?" But something special hit me in that moment. I get to take this opportunity to teach someone who Martin Luther King Jr. is. I get to make this person realize what an important figure he was, what an influential figure he was, arguably the most important figure of the 20th century. Definitely the most impactful, well, positive impact. There is this guy. How many times in my life am I going to get to teach a grown adult who Martin Luther King is? That's pretty cool, in my opinion. So now when someone doesn't know something, instead of being holier than thou, I get excited to teach someone. And I hope when I don't know something that's obvious to most people, I hope people react the same way to me. A good portion of my life, I was afraid to ask the stupid, obvious question out of fear of mockery or fear of being judged. And that shouldn't be a thing, because we can all learn from each other, and that's really awesome. And go into every aspect of life with a student's mind, because you never know what corner you're going to learn something. I learned about the Armenian genocide when I was 13 years old from a rock and roll band. That's pretty crazy if you ask me. The next time someone asks what you think is a stupid question or something that's painfully obvious, instead of being amazed they don't know it, be amazed that you get to show them. Anyway, short little video. I don't think I cursed. I wouldn't be surprised if I did though. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me on this video. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you're watching this on Facebook, go to my YouTube channel and do all those things I just asked you to do. Go to my TikTok, Instagram, and the Twitter I never use at TransomTrav. And if you loved this video, share it. And if you hated this video, share it so you and your friends can make fun of it. Take care.